everyone, it's Connie from FAFF Designs. Welcome to the Dixie Belle Paint YouTube channel. In today's short video, I'm going to do a do-over. So this piece was already painted in Silk All-in-One mineral paint in a custom colour that I created, and I'm not really known for my neutrals, so we're going to paint over this today and give it a different look. This one is quite sort of farmhousey with the little white handles. We're going for something a little bit more colourful and modern. So the colour that I'm using is the brand new Silk All-in-One mineral paint in the colour Mirage, which is this colour. You'll see it going on in a sec. So that's the colour I'm going to use, and I'm going to show you how to paint over the top of something that you've already painted. So first things first, let's take off those original white handles. Good news for me is that I can skip most of the prep work because it's already painted, but I am going to give it a very light scuff sand. You don't have to do this step, it's not necessary, but I am going to. And I'm also going to then remove any dust on the surface of that with a microfiber cloth. Here's the shade I'm going to be using. It's called Mirage from Silk Mineral Paint. It's a gorgeous teal, and I always make sure to stir my pots before use, even if they've been opened, because what happens is the heavy ingredients sink to the bottom, the lighter ones float to the top, and if you don't mix them, obviously you aren't going to get all of the benefits and properties that silk offers. This is the brush that I'm going to use to apply the paint. It's a synthetic flat large brush, and I'm not going to use any water at all. That's because Silk All-in-One mineral paint has a built-in top coat and a built-in stain blocking primer, so there's no need to add any additional water or mist with this paint at all. That's all 6 drawer fronts set to one side with one coat of paint on. I advise to wait between 2 and 4 hours to recoat, and in that time I am just going to paint the underneath of the piece. So I quite often paint underneath first, and that way once the underneath's done it can be flipped upright and you don't have to keep flipping it round and risk damaging your piece. Okay, so we've left the drawers for a couple of hours, and now I am going to recoat them with a second coat. It's only going to take 2 coats to cover. You can see how well the first coat has covered. Again, this is completely optional, but you've noticed that I have given the drawers a very, very light sand between coats. I like to do this, but it's not necessary. It just ensures a really, really flawless finish. And because I'm going for a block colour finish on this, I don't want any texture or anything like that in the paint. So it's just something that I like to do, but it isn't necessary. So that's the drawers that have had 2 coats on. I've set them to one side, and now I'm going to give the main body a first coat of paint. Another really amazing feature from Silk Mineral Paint is that it is self-leveling. So this means really flawless finish with no brush strokes. But there are a couple of things you can do to help that as well. Use a synthetic brush, as I mentioned before. You don't need to add water with this paint, and also try to keep your brush strokes to really long smooth strokes as opposed to short choppy ones, and that should help you get a really flawless finish. Fast forward 2 hours or so and I'm back with a second coat of paint. Again, keep your brush strokes really long and smooth. Also try and keep quite a light hand to reduce brush strokes. And again, if you feel like there's an area that you have messed up, don't be tempted to try and rectify that. So what happens is silk dries from the top down and it forms a skin. So if you go back to an area where it's already tried to dry, all you're going to get is unwanted texture. So leave it alone, let it dry, and then rectify it once it has completely dried. Finally, I'm going to add some blingy handles. I found these on eBay. I think the gold works really nicely with this colour paint, and it's really that quick and easy. So there is no need to top coat with silk. It's really durable. You can just paint and the job is done. And it's as simple as that. I staged it with some house plants, and I also took a close-up of the gorgeous sheen that you can see there. The light was just catching it perfect. And here is the final staged piece. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you are subscribing to the Dixie Belle YouTube channel.